Mazda just unveiled a brand new crossover at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show. It's called the CX-30, it's based on the latest Mazda 3 hatchback, and it's a really cool addition to the lineup. But why isn't it called the CX-4? Because it would make a lot of sense. One of the main reasons why the CX-30 should be called the CX-4 is because it slots right between the CX-3 and the CX-5. At 4,395 mm long, the CX-30 is 120 mm longer than the CX-3 and 155 mm shorter than the CX-5. It's also 30 mm wider than the CX-3 and 47 mm narrower than the CX-5. Likewise, its wheelbase is 85 mm longer than the CX-3 and 43 mm shorter than the CX-5. Sounds like a pretty good reason to give this crossover a proper name that's not confusing. The CX-30 looks a lot like the Mazda 3, which makes sense since the crossover is based on the hatchback. But so does the CX-3, although the latter has yet to borrow features from the latest Mazda 3. It will happen soon enough though. And even though it makes sense in the lineup as far as size goes, the CX-30 name is an awkward choice. A CX-4 nameplate would much more sense. What's 0 supposed to mean here? Larger than the CX-3? Does this mean that the Mazda that will slot between the CX-5 and CX-9 will be called the CX-50 instead of CX-7? If this is the case, it's a weird strategy. The fact that Mazda already offers a CX-4 in China might seem like a problem, but it doesn't have to be. The fact that the CX-4 exists since 2016 is actually a good thing. European customers are well aware of the nameplate and Mazda could benefit from the exposure it had in Asia to bring it to Europe. Sure, the CX-4 looks a bit different due to its coupe-like roof, but it's old enough for a mid-cycle facelift. This facelift could have been the CX-30. An upgraded SUV for China and a brand new model in Europe. It's as simple as that. The CX-30 disrupts what could have been a good naming strategy. With the existing CX-3, CX-4, and CX-8 and CX-9 and the upcoming CX-7 and possibly a CX-6, Mazda would have adopted a strategy that's already successful with automakers like BMW, which names its crossovers from X1 to X7. But as it stands, Mazda's game plan is a bit strange as the CX-4 is only offered in China, while the CX-8 is sold in Japan, Malaysia, China, and Australia only. What do you think? Is the CX-30 an inspired name given that Mazda already offers a similar CX-3? Let me know in the comments section.